Hello and welcome to Williamson's Bridge. We got a game between Napalm and BlackDeath. Aeon versus Cybern. This is ranked. A recent game, first land from BlackDeath. First land from Napalm. So both players somewhere in the top 30. BlackDeath a bit higher score, but we'll see what happens. Williamson's Bridge, it's a map that's extremely good. There's a lot of rocks that are scattered around, very spread out mass extractors. There's the middle ridge, which is the bridge, shortest path between the two bases. But if you go on it, you do get a nice height advantage. You can see everywhere else if the tech-to-point defenses are nice. But early on, you can get hit from the sides quite hard if you invest too much in the mid. And here's Swkoll, Napalm, naming a hunter Swkoll. See how well that hunter does. Napalm is known for very aggressive light assault bots, and BlackDeath also going with a flare. Not sure if one of these will see the other. Nope, no radar. So there should be surprises for both players, although here comes Scout from BlackDeath. He will spot Swkoll. We're already seeing a flare through the middle. Very aggressive early on, but first kill for Swkoll. So hunter versus flare. And yep, that was a nice dodge there. The thing about the flares, they do give good damage, but they have very low fire rate. So if you miss one shot with them, you're in a bit of trouble. Elsewhere, the flare for BlackDeath gets a kill. So both players getting some kills. Only one engineer killed for Napalm, no engineers lost yet for BlackDeath, although this hunter now, Swkoll, could be on a rampages, and he's got his sights on that engineer. Also, we see a Mantis from Napalm. Looks like he should be able to defend that hunter. So it does appear it's going to be a big land spam from Napalm. Second air is quite common on this map, as Swkoll is going for the fourth. That is a veteran. Flare is out to do something about it, and I gotta say here, 4 kills. Swkoll continues to dodge, 5 kills. Survival mode here. And will he go for a 6th? You can see he's regenerating. 6 kills for Swkoll. I think Swkoll will be proud of this one. So that was the first unit that was built by Napalm. I gotta say, it is one of the best hunters in recent memory, at least for me. Though hunters are known to do quite a bit of damage. BlackDeath is going to take his ICU directly up the middle. And yeah, we'll see what Napalm does with this advantage. He's already ahead in terms of power. He had the advantage of having more engineers. He's got 335 reclaim. BlackDeath probably slightly lower. Yeah, about 100. BlackDeath not enough build capacity to actually use everything up. Napalm is maxing out his eco. He's already got his 4th factory being built. Napalm going to the top with the ACU. And on this map, that's really the most important decision. Do you take ACU up the mid, be aggressive, or you pick one of the sides? And then you really got to figure out what your enemy is doing so you can adjust. Auroras for BlackDeath should give him quite a bit of an advantage early on, especially if they used with some radar. But Manti here, especially 1 versus 2, no chance. So easy victory for BlackDeath on top, as BlackDeath is marching toward Napalm, who has no idea. He does not have radar, and he's working on his 5th land factory. Total mass stall. He really needs to start reclaiming a little more, and now he should get a warning here from that radar. You can usually tell by the speed of the units what it is, and that looks like an ACU, and now he should know for sure. Point defense going up, but only a single engineer here for Napalm. So Napalm could be in a bit of trouble if he isn't able to defend. Looks like Napalm will retreat with his ACU. Some success with the Manti on the left side. Top side looks like will be controlled by BlackDeath, but BlackDeath, for whatever reason, not going directly. He's not taking a risk. He just did a bit of damage. He will force a point defense to 150 mass from Napalm. He will also force Napalm to come back, with BlackDeath here playing blind. neither player are really making any air. There is an air factory, but hasn't made anything. And the thing that's been keeping BlackDeath quite even in this game, we might say, is the Auroras dominating the Manti. Both sides victories for BlackDeath, as we do see a few Medusas now being mixed in for Napalm. Gotta say, a couple more Medusas, even a 50-50 mixture against the Auroras might be a good idea. That is a mistake there from BlackDeath, those Auroras. Actually a mistake from Napalm as well. He forgot to stop and kill those Auroras, which will get out of range. But this is a massive attack now moving in. As BlackDeath with only 4 kills, I think he really missed an opportunity here, but decided not to take a risk. Finally a bomber now for BlackDeath. And Napalm doing the strange thing here against Aeon not going air. Gotta say that must have surprised BlackDeath. But he will use his bombers, which should give him good intel. That was a total miss. As the Auroras, now in close proximity to the Manti, are going to begin to die. And it's a stream of Cybern units from Napalm, who has a significant advantage on factories. Only 3 factory, 4th factory going up. And Napalm already has 5 going for 6th, and thought about an air factory. As BlackDeath will retreat, and interesting path for the ACU from BlackDeath. He went through the middle, didn't linger in Napalm's base, and came to the outside, so he could use his ACU to grab this whole bottom part of the map. We should see an ACU on ACU battle. Meanwhile, Napalm with a big spam to the top has taken over the top. Very little action in the middle. This solitary mass extraction from BlackDeath, and then getting him a nice stream of mass. And in terms of eco, extremely even, maybe a little more power for Napalm, as these Manti got really deep, but I don't think they actually caused any significant damage. They did kill actual now. That is 4 Tech 1 P-Gens. That is 300 mass, but you can rebuild right on top of them to get 150 mass back. And pretty crazy first 7 minutes. It's total air domination by BlackDeath. He knows exactly what's going on, and what he will see is a big land spam coming his way. A couple of Auroras here probably should not engage, should retreat. And the expansion has been very poor from either player. Been mostly land units, not too many engineers, but BlackDeath, with the cover of his ACU, will attempt to grab all the mass extractors on the left side. Also on the right side, a couple expanding engineers. And in terms of reclaim, it's gotta say BlackDeath should have an advantage. If you can catch up on power, that attack could take out a couple P-Gens, and now 100 power difference is going to be significant. Although 4 kills for this bomber from BlackDeath. There's some anti-air here, so he doesn't have too much time. It looks like BlackDeath let a couple units run past his ACU, and these are going to decimate those fresh mass extractors and also the expanding engineer, although a couple of more engineers standing by. Up top, a very good looking force from the Auroras. Interesting how that interceptor is assisting with scouting, and you can see how closely packed those Auroras are. It's really nice in terms of attack for BlackDeath, but a couple Medusa shots could be very tragic. We're going to look at how many kills this Medusa gets. Haven't seen this, but I'm assuming in such a situation that Medusa should be a very good weapon if he gets the shot off. Another bomber for BlackDeath. Probably not where you want to fly. Stationary anti-air for Napalm does the trick. But now here comes a bomber. Total miss. And a double bomb from... That was a very brutal double bomb. 5 kills from Napalm on that bomber. Finally seeing some air force from Napalm. Gestures would also be very nice. 2 kills in the Medusas so far. And this is the weakness of Auroras. That was a bit of a miss once again, but still 5 kills. And it looks like it will be a victory for Napalm up on top at this Tech 1 stage. So this is proof that Auroras, if they don't have good air support, get decimated, and that was very one-sided. And that was really the consequence of BlackDeath not able to compete in the air battle, given that his power is so much lower than Napalm's, although he is slowly catching up. He's got to worry about this weak side up on top. There is a group of Manti coming in, as BlackDeath is on an assault, 18 kills. Point defense is going up for Napalm. That's one thing that Napalm has done. He's built quite a few stationary defenses directly at his base. But despite that, his Air Force, and you got to say that advantage from the early Swkoll light assault bot, really gave him a big early advantage. So he could afford to invest a little more into defense. As more Manti are running in, plus a whole bunch of anti-air here, it looks like enough for BlackDeath to defend with. But total domination up on top by Napalm. He's also got multiple engineers grabbing the mask extractors. 10 kills on this bomber. And yet another drop. Perhaps a double bomb from... Yep, that was a double bomb, but it looks like the second pass will miss completely. Another bomber coming in from Napalm. 12 kill bomber interceptor on the case from BlackDeath. And he's actually in a very bad position here. He is in... he is liable to lose all of his units with his ACU. It looks like the interceptor did a very good job taking out both bombers. A bit of a lost opportunities. Napalm did have the interceptors to defend his bombers with, but did not do it. As BlackDeath is keeping it quite close. Napalm not really making too much extra power. It doesn't look like he upgraded any mass extractors. So what has he been doing? Maybe he got something on the ACU. I don't remember seeing him doing anything. No, it looks like nothing. He has been making a pretty big land spam, but I think he overextended his force a little bit on the weak side, trying to be too aggressive, which gave a victory to BlackDeath. And now BlackDeath here, 1700 reclaim. Still a whole bunch left over to reclaim if you wanted to. He's got a couple engineers on patrol. Napalm significantly more, which could be a bit surprising. I think that was just more engineers from Napalm doing a better job. Still rocks just sitting there for BlackDeath. Napalm now will go on assault. BlackDeath has a point defense to retreat to. He will do that. But overall, looks like numbers for Napalm on both sides. He will attack simultaneously. A wall in the middle for Napalm. Would be nice to get a raider there. Very important raider for BlackDeath will go down. So also a good looking raider for BlackDeath. This is where the Manti, if they don't stop, yeah, they're just gonna move in. The Auroras will attempt to retreat, and the Manti will retreat. They do not want to overextend like they did before. A good looking force from BlackDeath stayed out of the way of the main force, and now we'll take the advantage, take out a couple of mask extractors. Good move. We'll always see any Tech 2 here at any moment from either player. I think Tech 2 Cyber on this map is very nice. Hoplite is very powerful. Put them up on these ridges, also mobile missile launchers. BlackDeath getting the gun. See how that works out for him. Napalm not doing much, and BlackDeath only 340 power getting the gun, absolutely destroying his economy. So that is a risk being taken. As a single fervor there got pretty deep. Looks like successful defense from Napalm. And a couple of Auroras from BlackDeath. This is a big mistake. They did not need to do that. Also a lot of fervors from BlackDeath's about a 50-50 mix, which is very surprising because fervors are very easy to dodge if you're playing with Cyber. Let's see which gun BlackDeath got. Definitely has the range. Does not have the firepower, so he can kite napalm here all day, but if he's in close range, that upgrade doesn't really make any difference. And this is so much reclaim. If BlackDeath takes it, BlackDeath invested quite heavily into power. Now he's going to get energy storage, so he's going to have the overcharge with this long range. Here, minute 15, as napalm has completely taken over the middle. And a game where there really hasn't been too many upgrades. It's been all Tech 1. One significant upgrade is the range for BlackDeath, but he's got to make that count. He does have a very good looking radar here, should give him a nice view of what he's shooting at. But of course BlackDeath always in danger. And here BlackDeath might think about retreating. Significant advantage in terms of the force, in terms of numbers from napalm. Napalm getting the gun of his own. Meanwhile BlackDeath 25 kills. And BlackDeath moving out to the middle, moving out with a couple engineers to the reclamation. And with this power advantage, BlackDeath should be in good shape. He's got plenty of mass. He's got very good economy. Although now BlackDeath retreating, 28 kills. Napalm halfway on his gun. And Napalm here could be giving this game away. I mean, he does have a superior force, and looks like the Medusas will be careful with the point defenses if Manti run in. What Napalm has done is he really invested in a big Tech 1 land spam. And if BlackDeath can stop this, which he might be able to do with a couple nice overcharges, he will be in a fairly good shape. Question is, will he be able to do it? It's strange that Napalm decided to attack before he upgraded his ACU. That could be a bit of a mistake, but it could be a desperate move, feeling that he hadn't attacked in a long time. And actually here, BlackDeath could be in a bit of trouble. Still a lot of fervors, like a 50-50 ratio. BlackDeath 40 kills. And this looks really bad for BlackDeath. He needs some support, which he's not getting. 47 kills, need veterancy fast, and a couple overcharges. Will he escape? 50 kills, and now it does not look very good. BlackDeath did not retreat fast enough, so it was that easy for Napalm. And I gotta say that early light assault bot called Swkoll set the tone for Napalm. But BlackDeath did have a chance there. He had so much reclaim, had a good position. He just needed to survive at the end against that Tech 1 land spam. Was not able to do it.